Hello and good morning, friends of the French Foreign Legion. The storyteller is back. Today's topic, two stories. Both happened in spring 1988 in the Central African Republic. The first one is about a cow they wanted me to kill. The second one is about a lion African people wanted me to eat. Third, banal stories, common stories, no warfare, no operations, but kind of sense of life and adventure touch. I invite you first to have a look at the photos, and you can see cow and lion and other things in the photo sequence, and then join me to hear the stories. See you later, bye bye. In March 1988, my platoon, coming from Boire was our garrison on the Cameroon border, we headed east towards Ndele to carry out a reconnaissance patrol. And when I talk about platoon, I'm talking about 42 men, with the platoon leader, Adjutant Conta, his deputy, Sergeant Chef Schultz, 3 chef de groups, what means team leader, and we moved with vehicles like Willys Jeep for the platoon leader and with Dodge and Velara. Dodge, you may know the Dodge, old US military vehicles coming from the Second World War and was taken over from the French troops after the war. So when we reached the town, the village, Abakaba, we stopped to make a bivouac, and in the evening time our deputy platoon leader Schultz went to the souk, which is a big market in Ndele, and he came back with a cow. A couple of minutes later, the platoon leader, Adjutant Conta, called me. And he ordered me to slaughter the cow. He told me, "Hey, Caporal Gast, I know you have been butcher in your first life, and I want to eat juicy steaks this evening." And I say, "Oui, mon adjudant." And this simple words cost me about 50 push-ups because, as Sergeant Chef Schultz corrected me, I don't have to say "oui, mon adjudant," you have to say "à vos ordres, mon adjudant." Okay, I forget. Anyway, I received the order to slaughter the cow because he wanted to eat steaks. And on my way back to my bivouac place, where a group was waiting for me, I thought by myself, how can I achieve this? But then I thought, I am boss from about 7 legionnaires, and they may have some ideas. So I held a meeting, I explained the problem, and immediately one legionnaire jumped off, he ran away and came back with a rope. Others did the same. One came back with a pan, with a jar. Another one came back with a big axe Another one came back with a sharp knife. And I can tell you that in the middle of nowhere, in the savannah of Central African Republic, in the evening, I slaughtered this fucking cow. And in the evening, the adjutant and so the rest of the platoon had juicy steaks to eat. Great story, what I found. And yes, here's the next one. In the same week, later on our progression towards the east border, we stopped in an African village. We wanted to have some meal, and the rest of the section ate sardines and baguette. This is kind of main meal for a French foreign legioner. You take it with a glass of wine, usually. An African gentleman came to see me and told me, "Hey soldier, you want to eat something some other things, maybe something you never in your life had between your teeth?" And I immediately say, "Yes, why not?" And he invited me to follow him. So he guided me to the middle of the marketplaces in the village. There was a fire, and over the fire was a big iron pot. And the pot was filled up with water, with hot water, boiling water. And it stinks. The smell was extraordinary, awful. And he told me, "Here in this pot, there's your lunch. Enjoy." So I took my camulus, big knife, combat knife, and I stoke in the water, and I found a big head of the lion, big head of a lion. The teeth about 6 centimeters long, very sharp, and the skin was taken off, and it was an extraordinary smell. And there was flesh on the jaws, and behind the ears, some yellow flesh and fat. And then I told him, "Gentlemen, nice to have a look at this beast, but I surely will not accept your invitation because we have still some steaks of an old cow I killed a couple of days before. Sorry for this." So, banal stories. You cannot live every day in Europe, not in the United States, or otherwhere in the world. And even if we have been in a region where we had a lot of wilderness, a lot of gazelles, a lot of antelopes, and a lot of wild pigs, what we called phacochère, we have not been allowed to hunt because we were there to hunt the hunters, the braconniers. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are happy with these banal and common stories, and I invite you to join me next when the next story of Airborne Connection will happen, not later than in 3 days. Amitié légionnaire, Thomas Gass.